everybody. Good afternoon, at least in the US. Good afternoon. Hope y'all are doing well. Let me know if you can hear me and see me okay. All right, so this live stream, and I've got the link there, but they don't know that I'm doing this live stream, so there's no money changing hands or anything crazy like that. It's a really great plugin. I wanted to share it with you. All right, let's see. What do we got going on? Hello, Rain Future, Apan or Apan, David, greetings. Humbucker, howdy, SB, Dan White. Hey, Dan, here in the U.S. Anyhow, let me go ahead, while you guys are dropping in some comments, let me go ahead and talk about the Supermassive. So actually, one of my followers on Facebook, I believe, mentioned this plugin to me the other day, and I hadn't heard about it, so I went and checked it out, downloaded it. I own several other Valhalla plugins, the Valhalla Delay, the Valhalla Shimmer for a couple, and they're all just fabulous plugins. If you're a recording musician or you're using computer audio for live and you don't know about Valhalla plugins, you definitely need to check into them. There's just some really great delays and reverbs among other plugins too. Any old who, Supermassive is essentially a delay plugin, and so what you heard me playing was kind of two different things. So let's check out a few. So Gemini, kind of the what I would call kind of the basic idea of a delay or a basic delay. It's a single echo and it's high density. So again, here's what that sounds like. Let me pull that. Let's do that. Okay, you can hear a couple things. One is there's modulation, so that's got modulation, rate, and depth. Here it is without modulation. And there is a width knob where you can do 100 to negative 100% stereo width. You'll see that come into play as we do some of these other delay types. There's also feedback, and there's a density control. So if you look at that, it says controls density of echoes when the feedback is turned up. So let's check that out. Here's zero density. Here's 100%. So you can hear a stereo thing going, and pretty cool. All right, let's see what we got going on in the chat window. I'm seeing somebody mentioning dropouts. How is the stream for you right now? YouTube is telling me it's in excellent condition. Seems to be okay right now. Okay, well, let's see how we do here. I was attending a live stream the other night on YouTube, and it totally crapped out. And I think it was YouTube itself. They were having some issues. So we'll see how this works. Anyhow, so let's check out a couple of the other delay types here. Actually, I'm going to bring up the volume in my headphones. There we go. Okay, that was Gemini. Let's check out Hydra. Hydra double echoes, and it's a long delay. Let's check that out. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's really very, very nice. I like that one a lot, actually. Let's see, I got a question here from Humbucker. Quick question, have you tried the Supermassive on a bus in a DAW? I have not, although I'm using Logic, so if I put it on a bus or an aux channel, I would just crank the mix all the way up to 100% and then feed whatever channels I wished into that bus or aux track. Right now, I've just got the Supermassive on the actual channel in Logic that my guitar is going through. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, I did. So somebody says, is this your first time opening the plugin? No, I did check it out a little bit. I would say, though, I've only been using it for a day or so, so I have not plumbed the depths of this plugin yet. So again, we've got that 2-second delay with the Hydra. Yeah, that's nice. It's much longer of the delay with the way it's working with the double echoes. So that's going to be really good for more Frippertronics types of delays. Yeah, I like that. Ooh, I like that a lot. All right, so let me make this shorter here. Yeah. Ooh, there we go. Let's check out the EQ. It works as you would expect. You've got low and high. Okay, if we bring down the high, really, really quite dark. And if we bring up the low, or cut out the lows. There we go. Yep. All right, let's bring that Gemini back. There we go. So the EQ controls are very flexible, very easy to use. And again, modulation, let's check that out. Pretty nice. Again, this is a zero-cost delay plugin. Yep, super cool. All right, let's see what I've got going on here. Are you using a third-party streaming program? Yes, I use OBS, which is an open source program. It's a little fiddly to get going, but once you figure it out, it works really well. Let's see. I thought Supermassive was a reverb. You can get reverb effects out of it. Let's check out a couple of the reverb presets, and we can see how they're set up. So here's I don't know. I haven't tried many of these. Let's try Space Verb 99. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the reason why this is sounding like a reverb now, I think, is because of a couple of reasons. One is we have the mode set to Lyra, which are single echoes, low density, and we have the warp all the way up. Let's bring the warp all the way down and hear what we get. Okay. Let's bring the density all the way down. Okay, so much more. Okay, let's bring the width down. Okay, let's go ahead. So that's the Lyra. Let's go ahead and put the Gemini back up and see what we have. Now you'll see we have the feedback pretty high. Let's bring that down. Bring the modulation down. And you hear how, as I'm moving the controls, we're eventually getting back to something that sounds more like a delay than a reverb. So let's go ahead and check out some of the other reverb presets. Here's Dark Matter. Okay, that's the Sagittarius long reverb, repeating echoes, and slow attack. hadn't tried that one yet, and I am liking that a lot. That is pretty fabulous sounding. I can make a lot of use of that. So I think the key there, it was set at 91% feedback. All right, let's check what we got going on here in the comments. Try out some tremolo picking with 100% wet. I don't do tremolo picking, but I would encourage you to try it. All right, let's see. Hearing this reverb surprises you. Valhalla releases this for free. Yeah, it's a really great plugin for free. Definitely, you got to get it. How does it compare to Valhalla delay? So Valhalla delay is much more focused on tape style delays, and it also does much longer delays. The Valhalla delay, let me get the plugin name right, can go up to a 20-second delay. This max is 2 seconds, so that's one major difference. The Valhalla also has some multi-tap options that I am not seeing here, although some of these delay types sound like they're kind of intrinsically multi-tap. Let's try the Andromeda. That says long reverb. Oh, I already did that one, didn't I? Let's try the Sagittarius where is it? Sagittarius. There we go. Long reverb, repeating echoes, slow attack. That sounds like the other one, doesn't it? Ooh, yeah, I like that a lot. So this is kind of the... This one would be good for getting kind of reverse kind of effects, right? Let's hear what this sounds like. Okay, so that's a cool one too. I like that a lot. How does it fare with an EBO? I think it fares pretty well. I was using the EBO there a few minutes ago. Yeah, on the EQ, I'm just seeing lows and highs. I'm not seeing mids, but they are pretty responsive. So again. Yeah, so I think they're actually pretty good. I wouldn't be too concerned about not having mids, but. Yeah, really nice. Let's check out some other ones here. I don't think I've looked at the Taurus yet. Ooh. I like that one a lot too. Let's bring up the delay time on that one. I need to bring the warp down and the density. There we go. Yeah. So it's really interesting with this plugin, the different patterns and combinations that are built into each of the delay types. And then by adding the warp, so I don't know if you can see it on the screen here, but the warp description says that it adjusts the delay lengths relative to the delay setting. 0% equal all delays are the same length, which means if it's not 0%, they're not all going to be the same length. So let's bring this up to, yeah, there we go. Okay, let's bring this up to 50%. All right, so you can hear the delay lengths relative to the setting, right? So there's a lot more complexity in how they're all kind of stacking on each other. Yeah, really nice. All right, let me look at the comments here for a minute. Oh, a comment about the beard. Yeah, so once the lockdowns and all that stuff started, all of a sudden on my day job, I wasn't going out to the office where I normally work or visiting customers. So I thought, oh, you know what? Until I have to see a customer again, I'm going to go ahead and let this bad boy grow out. So that's where we are. We'll see how long it gets. It's fun. My wife told me it was okay as long as I keep the mustache trimmed. All right. Good day from Northern Virginia. Hey, Henry. You're not too far away from me. Hope you guys are doing okay in Northern Virginia. I'm in a more rural area, so as far as kind of the reopening from the virus, we're a little bit ahead of some of the counties closer into Washington, D.C. Opinions on the Space Echo reissue. I'm not sure what that is. Are you talking about the actual hardware? Pedal, or I don't know. I do like the original Space Echo sounds and some of the plugins that replicate the Space Echo. Another question on the EBO. So I'll play some again in another minute or two. I just played some, but yeah, it works really well. All right. Let's see. How's it going, man? The beard looks great. Well, thank you. Okay. If you grow it long enough to put hair bands in it, that's going to look great. Yeah, we'll see. All right. I think we better get back to the plug-in for a minute. So let's try Andromeda. I'm not sure if we've tried that. I'm losing track, but that's okay. Here we go. Yeah, that's definitely one of those kind of reversing ones, some serious long attack. Oh yeah, that's cool. Let's bring that up. I like that one a lot. A couple more questions here. What do you do for a day job? I've mentioned this a few times. I'm an IT consultant. I did a video, was it late last year maybe, on being a part-time musician. So I talked about that a little bit on that video. But yeah, that's what I do. Let's see. Roland Space Echo pedal reissue. I have not seen that or heard it, but I'll check it out. Thanks for the tip. And Ed Rosen, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right, let's keep going here. Did we try out the Capricorn? Single echoes, medium density. All right. All right, that's kind of, let me bring the modulation down. All right, let's bring that up a little bit. All right, so let's bring the width all the way down. We should have pretty much a mono delay at this point. Yep. And again, if we can go negative 100 to kind of flip the left and right. And I think we'll get more. There we go. Oh, that's interesting. It's in my, let me bring this up here. Yeah, so in my headphones, as the feedback, as the delays decay out, they kind of move to my right. Let's bring up the warp. Oh, there we go. Okay. You may have seen on the channel, if you've hung out here for a while, that I have a Yamaha UD Stomp delay, and it has 8 discrete delay lines. This reminds me a little bit of some of the sounds you can get off the UD Stomp. Let me try it with a little bit of modulation. I like that. More warp. Let's bring the density up. Okay, more feedback. That's interesting. The Capricorn's really kind of riding with the warp and the density up. It's kind of riding between delays and a reverb kind of feel to it. Try a little EBO. Okay, yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, couple questions here. Have you tried it in a wet-dry mix? I'm not sure what that means. The mix is 50%, so it's 50% delay and 50% dry. So I'm not sure what you mean, but I think just a little touch would sound good. A lot would sound good. Have I tried guitar synthesizers? Yes, I've owned several over the years. Since actually my first guitar synthesizer was in 1979, and then a bunch since then. I currently don't own one. Well, I have the Yamaha SY300. I don't use it very often, but yeah, I've had a bunch. I think I've come down on the side of just really preferring guitars with effects. We'll see. We'll see how that goes over the next couple years. All right. Oh, Eric, thank you for the super chat. Oh, this is awesome. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let's see. Apon says, is your guitar going into the plug-in in mono or stereo? That's a great question. Right now, it is going in as a mono guitar signal. I'm running through a compressor pedal and then the Strymon Iridium amp modeler, so I get kind of an amp sound. Yeah, let me turn the plug-in off there for a minute. And it's just a Fender style amp model. But that's going in mono into my computer. And then in Logic Pro, I've got it going into, I'm basically converting it into a stereo signal as it goes through the Valhalla Supermassive. It's kind of the way Logic works. Okay, let's see. Have I tried the everything sounds better at 2 o'clock on the dials? I don't know. Let's try it. Here's 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I like the way you think about this. 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock. You want to do the mix too? Yeah, what the heck. All right, here we go. 2 o'clock. The only problem is that I knocked out all the lows. Oh, there we go. There you go, humbucker. All right. Why EQ out so much of the low frequencies? That's a great question. So let me pull up another preset here. Let's just do guitar. Let's just do, I don't know, try this one. All right, so we've got the lows at 820 hertz. And what you can hear, let me get both of the earphone cups on my ears. So what you're hearing there, as the delays repeat, you're hearing more and more of the low end drop out. And the nice thing about that is if you've got the guitar in a mix with a lot of other instruments, if you drop out some of the lows, then you'll still be able to hear the delay on the guitar, but because you're dropping out the lows, it won't take up as much room in the mix. So it'll make it easier to mix, say, with a bass or maybe a kick drum or a low synthesizer or something like that. So let me turn the lows all the way down to 10 hertz and let's check this out. Hear how much thicker they sound? All right, yeah, great question. Excellent question. All right, yes. Wow, Klaus, and this is free. Absolutely. Go grab it right now. Grab it in case they decide to take it down. But, oh man, it's awesome. How are you getting no latency? Are you adjusting your block size in Logic? In Logic, I've got it set to 120 milliseconds latency, I think it is. So, or 128 samples. I had to remember that. 128 samples. I'm not sure what that is in milliseconds, but it's pretty low. Actually, I am hearing a little latency in my headphones from the streaming software. And that's why I'm not trying to do any really rhythmic dotted eighth style delays, because I'm going to have trouble hearing it. Let's see here. Would you be able to recommend any music theory books? No. I have not looked at any like real music theory books since I was in college. They're up on my shelf somewhere, but I don't remember who the author was. He or she may not be around anymore. It was a pretty old book. There are a lot of great music theory resources, though, on the internet. So I would suggest checking out a couple. And actually, if you're not familiar with Adam Neely, you should check him out. He's a fabulous bass player, and he is extremely spun up on music theory. So he may have some videos talking about different music theory resources. Definitely check him out, though. All right. Do I see myself moving toward an all Strymon board? From time to time, yes. I can do that now with the exception of a volume pedal. So I've got the Compadre compressor. I would put that into the Iridium, most likely into the volume pedal from there. And then I can use delays and reverbs from Strymon after the volume pedal. So yeah, I can do that. I will not do that all the time, though, because I have other pedals and I have other amp modelers that I like. For example, the Headrush pedal board. I'm not going to stop using that. I kind of go from kind of sets of pedals to sets of pedals over time. And I'm never going to stop using the TC Electronic Flashback Triple Delay. I love that pedal. That is an awesome pedal. Okay. Let's see here. Dun, dun, dun. Can I try getting a setting with many fast repeats that last a long time? Sure, let's do that. Let's try the Great Annihilator, repeating echoes with huge reverb. That sounds interesting. Let's go with milliseconds. Turn the warp and the density and the modulation off, and let's see what it sounds like here. Oh yeah, there we go. Now let's make it really short. Okay, let's bring that up. Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to go back to the Great Annihilator, but let's go to the Gemini. That's a pretty straightforward one. Yeah, so that's kind of your... That's your slapback kind of delay, isn't it? To bring that delay for feedback all the way up. Whoa, I like that. Oh yeah. So Chomp, how'd I do with that? That's pretty cool, isn't it? All right. So let's see, what else we got going on here? Adam Neely. Yeah, you guys, absolutely. Rick Beato, yeah. I'll bet he would have some thoughts about resources for music theory. Perhaps even, I don't know much about his courses or his school, so to speak, online school, but I'll bet he's got some good resources there. Yes, the Supermassive is free for Snickle, Fritz McJamie. Morley for the win. Yes, I've got a Morley little alligator on the floor right now. Absolutely. Have I tried the Eventide Black Hole? Yes, I have, and I have a demo of it here on the channel. It's also on a lot of videos where I've played music. It's a great plugin for sure. A little more of a pain to install than the Supermassive because it requires an iLock, but still, it's a great plugin. Yeah, I'm right about the triple. I know I'm right about the triple delay. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so Snickle, Fritz McJamie, have I tried their paid plugins? Yes, I have the Valhalla Shimmer and the Valhalla Delay. I also had the Valhalla Space Modulator, which was kind of a free bonus download after I had purchased the Shimmer, and they're all great. I will probably buy a couple more of their plugins over time. Have I tried it with an acoustic guitar yet? No, I have not, but I'm pretty sure it will. You'll be able to get some great sounds with it. Let's try how about a Hydra harp reverb preset. What do you guys think about that? I'm thinking I like that one a lot. All right, I better stop now, or I'm just going to keep playing. Yeah, I could get lost in that one. That was extremely cool. All right, what else we got going on here? Have I tried the Seymour Duncan Dark Sun? I have not. Maybe someday I'll try it. With some of these pedals, okay, so I don't want to get too lost in this, but I think you guys know the drill, right? Once, if you're kind of doing what I'm doing, you get to a certain size, you start getting contacted by pedal companies, right? And I've only done a couple, but I'm not doing paid promotional videos, but companies do send me demo units of their pedals, and if I really like them, I'll feature them here on the channel. I have not had any contacts from Seymour Duncan, so I don't have any pedals. I'm not I don't know if I would actually go out of my way to purchase that particular pedal. But I do purchase pedals. I just purchased the Strymon Compadre compressor. I really wanted to upgrade from my Wampler Ego for a couple reasons, and that's been a fabulous pedal. And maybe I could have gotten it from Strymon if I would have, wheedled and whined at them a little bit. But you know what? I really want to support them monetarily because their pedals are so great. And there are several other companies like that I buy pedals from, even though perhaps I could get units for free. Headrush pedal board is a good example. I purchased my Headrush pedal board and have been very happy with that. Let's see. Transdimensional. Yes, I think it is. Absolutely. Let's see, where are we? Downloading as we speak. Excellent. Good call, Humbucker. Sounds very orchestral. Yes, absolutely. Are you into what I think is called worship music? I've seen a lot of really cool musical vibes from that scene. Again, if you guys are familiar with me, you know that I am a religious person. To be specific, I am a Christian, and I do play guitar in the church I attend when we were having services publicly before the pandemic. But I don't know much about worship music. To me, that's kind of a marketing term, don't you think? Every time I hear somebody playing, quote, worship music, to me it sounds like somebody trying to sound like The Edge from U2. That might sound a little cynical. I hope it doesn't come off like that. Well, if it does, right? But so I'm not really sure what that is. I actually only play acoustic guitar in the church where I attend. So I know I didn't really answer the question. Let's see, what else? Beautiful synth-like, yeah. Hey, Adam. Nice to see you on the live stream. Welcome. Yeah, very orchestral and synth-like. You play the PRS single coil a lot. Why so? That's this one here. That has the P90 style pickups. The reason why I play it a lot is because I love the build, just the feel, the way it plays. And the P90 pickups, I really like the sound. Now, I generally play it with both pickups turned on, so it's in the middle pickup selector position, because if they're P90s, you turn them to, I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear it, but if you turn it to just the neck pickup, or just the bridge, you get a lot of hum. I live in an old house, and for some reason, it's really sensitive. I guess it's the wiring in this house to hum. So I leave it on the middle position, but I really like that kind of chimey kind of tone. And the PRS, I'm not sure if it's still available, but for a while they were making a solid body with 2 humbuckers, and I have that. I have one of those, and it's a great guitar too. The humbuckers are a little too high gain for me. So hopefully that answers the question. Have I tried the slow pedal? Yes, the Walrus Audio Slow. I thought I saw it laying around here. I demoed it a while ago. It's got some really good sounds, but let's see. I still feel bad for commenting on the YouTube that the word means others. Yeah, I don't know about that. So that's another language, right? But I like it, but for me, it's limiting because it's a mono pedal. All mono delays and reverbs for me are pretty limiting because I run a stereo rig. So, but yeah, you can get some cool sounds out of it. The Strymon Deco Sandy, that's a good choice. It's a very good pedal. One day I'm going to try running a whole mix through it to kind of get that audio tape mastered sound and see how that works. Let's see. Laughing very hard at worship music. Yeah. I don't know. Now, that being said, sorry, if I can just diverge for another minute. That being said, there has been some great music created for the purposes of worship. I love a lot of the old traditional classic Christian hymns. And if you're from another religious tradition and you know something about the history of your faith, you probably are familiar with older music maybe that is involved. And some of the old stuff is just fabulous. And then, of course, you have things like Handel's Messiah and J.S. Bach and all that. So there's some fabulous music that has been involved in worship. It's the contemporary stuff. I'm just not into it. Okay. It's better than Shimmer Valhalla. Well, okay, let's try that patch again, the Hydra harp. Let me put my headphones on here. Okay, that is fabulous sounding. However, what I don't hear is shimmer in terms of that octave up or octave down pitch shifted delay or reverb. So I think that's a limitation, and that's where the Valhalla shimmer might come into play. Maybe combining the Supermassive with the shimmer. That could be pretty cool. All right, let's see here. Marilyn Manson at church. I must have missed something. I don't know about that. Headroom for days. P90s. Yeah, I really like that. I like that about P90s too. They're very dynamic. Absolutely. Do I use power conditioners? Yes, I do. I've got 2 in my rack, which you can't see over here. And they do help out, but not with the guitar. They help out with the equipment. Have I tried the Old Blood Noise Dark Star? No, I have not. I've actually never tried an Old Blood Noise pedal. Again, most, I think, of those are mono, so they may be pretty cool, but they would be of limited use for me. ARP87 Earthquaker devices. I'm not sure what that is. I've got the only Earthquaker device pedal I have are the two Avalanche runs, the first and second versions. They're pretty nice, especially the second because it's got the stereo reverb. All right. How can I keep from singing Shaker Hymnal is brilliant? Yeah, there's a lot of good old Shaker hymns. Yeah, and so again, whether you're religious or not, if you haven't thought about this in terms of the music that you might be recording or playing, think about incorporating old traditional music into your music. I do that a lot, and there's a couple reasons why. One is there's tons of great ideas in old traditional music. If you think about it, we have thousands of years of people playing music prior to us. So there's a lot of great ideas out there. And here in the US, if it was written and published before the 1920s or so, it's in the public domain, which means you can use it however you wish. You can take it, play it as is. You can take ideas, combine it into new ideas. I find it a really rich, kind of just a rich bed of musical ideas to draw from. So if you haven't thought about that, check that out. In addition to some of the religious stuff that we've been talking about, the old traditional music, folk music, Celtic music from Ireland and Scotland and England, great. Some of the old Appalachian folk tunes here in the United States are fabulous. You may be from another country that has a rich traditional music heritage. I would encourage you to delve into that if you haven't already done so. It's really, really cool. All right. Let's see here. You may need to rewire your main breaker panel. Which one? I have 5. I told you it was an old house. All right, let's see here. Is your rig mostly digital or do you incorporate tube amps? That's a great question. I do own 3 tube amplifiers and 1 solid state amp. I very rarely use them. About 10 to 15 years ago, I began transitioning into amp modeling technology. I used a lot of the old Yamaha stuff, the DG Stomp, the Magic Stomp. That was kind of my foray in my introduction into it. And since then, I've pretty much moved strictly into that. It's a lot easier. It works a lot better with the type of tones and textures that I like to get. It's a lot more flexible. If I was playing in a traditional blues band, like a real band, I would probably still want to play a real tube amplifier for sure. But for this type of stuff, I think the nuance of a real tube amp, it kind of gets lost in all the effects, right? So it's not as big of a deal from my perspective. The other great thing is with amp modelers is you can control the volume without changing your tone, which is really important to me. I'm not 29 anymore. I got to protect these guys, make sure I save it for as long as I can. All right. Let's see. Dadgad tuning puts me instantly into a more traditional style of composition. Yeah, me too. Absolutely. Wish this were true, but there are no music recordings in the public domain where it's expired. Only sheet music. Yeah, so that's a great point. Is it Kretsch? forgive me if I mispronounced that, but yeah, that's a good point. Let me clarify. Anything that was written before the 1920s is in the public domain. So you're right, sampling recordings and things like that, that's going to be a lot more difficult. So what I'm talking about is the actual composition of the music itself. So yeah, good point, and hopefully that clarifies what I meant. All right. So I feel like trying another preset. I'm going to go with a massive 60% of infinity. I've not tried this one yet. This sounds hopeful. Let's try it. Oh, I turned off the plugin. Let's try it again. Okay, guys, I think we just found our next drone. So I want everybody to download the Supermassive, select the 60% of infinity, play a single chord or note on one track, and then create 2 or 3 more tracks of other instruments and have that one track be your drone. Yeah, let's turn it back on here. You guys liking that as much as I am? Oh man, that is cool. Yeah, this plugin is pretty sweet. And I'm seeing some other comments. You mean it's for free? Yeah, if you're just joining, this is for free from ValhallaDSP. You can see it. You can see the URL there on the plugin. I've also got it in the video description. And no, they're not paying me. This is not a promotional. I just downloaded it and I wanted to share it with you guys. Yes, it's the stuff for sure. Yeah, that sound makes me want to locate heaven. Yeah, I think it located us. Yeah, to be honest. Whew. Oh man. Should we try something else? I think we should. Let's do, how about another billions and billions? That sounds interesting. Okay, here we go. Oh, let me turn on the plugin. Here we go again. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. This is the Andromeda mode, not the Hydra mode. The Hydra, so if we go back to that other one, that was the Hydra, 60% of infinity. Right. So that one's got a lot more, I guess, depth or layers to it. All right, let's try another one here. Let's try sound effects. Pulsar. Pulse synth. I like that one. So I think you could spend a lot of time just playing around with the presets and get some really cool sounds. Let me try one other one, and then I'll go back to the questions here. Oh, Planetarium. We got to try that one, see what that's all about. That's the Andromeda mode. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's nice. So I didn't notice that right up front, but the mix is set to 100%, so it acts like an auto swell. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that one's really nice. Yeah, cool. Okay, let's see. What did I miss? What did I miss here? It's just love the exosphere. What are the requirements to use the Valhalla? So, Matthew, you'll need a piece of software on your computer, that recording software. I'm using Logic. You could use Reaper, FL Studio, Pro Tools, Studio One, whatever you record with. This is a plugin, so it's gonna be. You're going to download it, register it with your software, and then just add it in as an effect in your recording software. I'm assuming it would use something like it would work with something like Ableton or one of the other live looping types of programs. All right, let's see. I'm sure, yeah, it works great with synths. I'm sure it does. Is the Strymon Big Sky going to hell? Of course not. Well, these are all tools. There's no competition between the tools. How does an atonal bend work over that drone? Oh, let's see. I'm not sure what I can do to make it technically atonal. Well, I don't know how that would work, because whatever I play is going to add to the drone. Yeah, I'd have to put it on a separate track. Yeah, so Rob says the Strymon is way too much. I assume you mean the Big Sky. Let me mention can I mention my thought on the cost of pedals? It's pedals, like anything else, are a value to me. They're a value proposition, right? When you go to buy a pedal, there's value that you're looking for in the pedal. And really, only you can decide if the cost of the pedal and the value that it brings is commensurate, or if they're equivalent, right? So for me, maybe the Big Sky is worth it, and that's one of the ones I paid for. I paid full price for that, and I've never regretted buying the Big Sky. It's a fabulous reverb pedal, and it has the advantage of being able to create these types of sounds without having a computer, right? I can just plug it into my pedal board and use it. But for you, it may not be worth it. So don't think so much about pedals intrinsically in terms of the cost. Think about it. I would recommend thinking about it as a value proposition, right? So does it provide enough value to you for the price of the pedal? If it does, then it's a good deal. That's my take on it. On that note, people are always asking me about my favorite pedals, and what they're typically asking me is which one should they get. And I try to not answer that question and always kind of turn it back to the person and say, well, what are you looking for? Because they might say, what's your favorite? The TC Electronic Flashback or the Strymon Dig. Okay, well, they're two different pedals. They do two different things. So you have to look at what the features are and what you're looking to get out of a pedal. And also the cost, right? So it's all kind of an equation. Do I sound like an IT consultant? Yeah, I think that's why. All right, GarageBand. Yeah, I would guess this would work with GarageBand because you can add in other plugins with GarageBand. All right, let's see what else. See you, Rob. Back to work. Yeah, we'll go for a couple more minutes and then I'm going to sign off too. Oh, it works with Ableton. Thank you, Life Devouring Life Forms. Did your mother give you that name? All right. Okay, let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of comments about the big sky. You guys have opinions and thoughts and perspectives, right? So definitely good to share them for sure. All right, will I use this live? Probably not, because a few reasons. One is I've only played live once as Chords of Orion. I've played live a ton in other contexts, but that's number one. I don't really play live right now. And two, if I were to play live, I would probably shy away from trying to use a computer in my rig. So I would stick with pedals. For example, the Big Sky, which can get the Big Sky and the Timeline, which can get some of these types of sounds, and some of the other brands too. The Boss DD500 and RV500 can get off in this direction too. But they're all a lot more than free, right? What kind of amp or modeler do you use live? So I mentioned the one time I played live. I used the Headrush pedal board for that, and it worked really well. If I play out live at some point in the future, I will most likely go with that setup again. I was really pleased with it. Thought it sounded good, and it took me 5 minutes to set it up and get it ready to roll. So super easy, and it sounds great. Okay, I'll tell you what. Yep, I think I am just going to play for a few minutes. Let's go back. Which one was that? Oh, come now. It was the Hydra harp. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the Hydra harp, and I'm just gonna play for a few minutes, and then we'll see if there's any comments, and then I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. But let me play for a couple minutes, and then we'll go from there. Hydra harp, here we come. Hydra harp, here we come. that for a while. Iridium is on. How about loop pedals? I have loopers. I use them. My favorite is the TC Electronic Ditto X4. I've used that a lot here on the channel. I typically use it for Frippertronics style looping. Have I used any GFI pedals? I don't think I have any GFI. GFI system, yeah, I do. Yeah, they're great pedals. Let's see, Lush. Dun. All right. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and hit the trail here, and we'll play some exit music here. So if you haven't yet downloaded the Valhalla Supermassive, please download it today. And leave a note for ValhallaDSP after you get it installed and tell them your experience with the pedal. And if you're here in the US, I hope you have a great holiday weekend. If you're not in the US, I hope you have a great weekend in whatever corner of the world you're in. And I hope everyone stays healthy. I know. We all say that now, right? But make some music this weekend if you get a chance to. Anyhow, see you all on the next video. Download it. See y'all.